Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. Welcome to another episode of The Mom Game, episode 79 to be exact. We are back on track. My OCD is happy. 79.
Good.
And for the first time in a long time, we're by ourselves.
I know.
No
it has been forever.
We don't have any wine.
This is going to be weird.
It is going to be weird. But
can we talk to each other without drinking wine?
Pull the
Have we
curtain
ever
back.
done that?
We're shooting at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I just thought, as aggressive as I can be, that's a little too aggressive for me, especially considering I have to work tonight. Yeah,
yes.
It's like, okay.
And I'm recovering from a hangover.
Which has lasted like 2 days.
No, it was just one, but it was like a full day.
Right, a full day.
Yeah, so
we're old.
I needed a break.
Doesn't go away that fast anymore.
It doesn't. And then every time it happens to me, because you just get so mad at yourself. And every time I say I'm not drinking again, I decided, Emily, I'm not drinking until our party.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So even when we shoot we're shooting early next week too. Okay. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I always think it's great if people want to not partake in adult beverages, get after it. That's your prerogative. If you want to, very big into like do whatever the F you want to do.
I know.
It's kind of my thing.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
So,
and it's only because of the hangover thing. It's not for anything else.
Right. And there may have been a time in my life where I would have like shamed you into drinking with me, which I'm not doing right now.
But I'm just saying where you would
have been like, would have been like, you're no fun. But now I'm like, you don't want to drink? Sweet. You want to drink? Fine.
Yes.
But it does, like you bring up, we have no agenda. We have no show format. We have a cat video to show you guys at some point.
We have to make sure we get to this cat video.
Julie's very excited about. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think the older I get, the more I'm just like, I don't really give a shit what anybody else does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but the whole hangover thing, it's a real thing. And the older you get, the worse they are. And so I think what you do is you just try to just avoid the hangover.
I know. And I had a good plan in place that was working for a while, just like drinking a lot of water and really just calming down. My problem is I get real excited. Yeah. And then like, that's when you're
having so much fun.
Yes. Yeah. And, I feel like I was doing really well, but then this one like just got away from me. And it's always when you think that you're going to be fine and then you wake up and you're not in the worst ones. And I've talked about this on the show. It's like when you've got a parent, you just feel so much worse about like everything. Yeah. So anyway, I'm better. I'm a new person now, but this is nice that we're shooting in the morning. And so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah. But I'm going to see if I can do 6 days, but we'll see. Probably not.
Is that it? Well, no, because it would be longer than that.
It's a week from Wednesday, right? Our party. 7
but
days.
you drank on Sunday.
Yeah, true. So it's already been 1 day.
Yeah, it's like 9 days. 10
How
days.
about that?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Absolutely.
The weekend is always.
Think about how long we went without drinking. We were pregnant. Long time.
I know.
Well, I mean, I still had a glass of wine or two.
Yeah, towards the end.
A week. Yeah.
Baby's already cooked.
Oh gosh, can you imagine doctors listening to this show? Oh, listen to that. The baby's already cooked.
I hope they don't.
Have a glass of wine.
I hope they don't.
Speaking of doctors, I want to talk about Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah. I told you, I've got a lot on him.
No one makes me feel worse about myself than Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm, doing good. I'm exercising. I'm eating pretty decent. Yeah. I'm drinking, but in moderation most of the time. Like, I feel like I'm slaying it. And
you
then
are slaying it. Don't let him tell you otherwise.
But then I hear this shit from Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and I'm like, it's like, well, medical experts say you should eat 8 cups of broccoli a day or some shit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? And it's not that. I can't even think of one. Well, I'll tell you one I heard today, and this has nothing to do with health, but as a parent. So he says today, and it's like, one of the greatest joys of my life is watching my girls interact with each other. And I'm like, one of the worst parts of my life is watching my children try to kill each other on a daily basis. Like, apparently he's got
full
like
of it.
3 girls and they're just blissfully playing all the time.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
No, my kids are trying to kill each other. Like, I do my best to separate them as much as possible until they're at an age where they aren't trying to assault each other on the reg.
We'll finish about Gupta, but I want to hear an update on how it's been telling your kids that they can't have friends until they can get along with each other.
Well, okay, so they're doing good, actually.
Okay.
Like, they're doing okay. I mean, I have seen some improvement since I told them that they would be their only friends, each other would be.
Until they could get along.
Until they could get along. And they have. They have done a better job. It also helps that Hattie, my 8-year-old, the younger sister, has a broken kneecap, apparently. And so there is a bit of maybe some sympathy.
Yeah.
I mean,
how's Henry doing with this?
Sympathy is very generous, but there is some concession coming her way from Big Brother. Not a ton. It's not like he's going out of his way to, go fetch her shit and stuff. I don't know, but they are okay. But they do. I was so serious about that conversation with them that I think it did scare them a bit.
Yeah.
Which is all we're trying to do as parents, right? Is just scare our kids into doing what we want them to do.
And back to Sanjay Gupta, because so he does I forget what it's called, like sort of
helping you live a better life.
Yeah.
But it's Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life and make you feel like shit about yourself.
Okay, so his little thing came on every morning when I was furiously writing my first ticker. He comes on the ticket if we didn't say that. Like, it's like a recorded thing that I think goes across a lot of different radio stations for your health minute or whatever. So it was always, so I have like a love-hate, because when I'd hear his voice, I'd be like, yes, I have another minute. Like, he'd buy me a minute because he does his thing. But then I saw him, so like he's all over the place on CNN.
Oh, yeah. He's super,
he was the person that I listened to probably the most, like when COVID was evolving. I felt like I respected his opinion and I listened to him on CNN. I actually even listened to like a little podcast thing that he would do every day. It would be like a real quick like recap of where we were at, blah, blah, blah. And he was real funny and like really normal. And then I think I maybe even started following him on Twitter. Like, I kind of had like the Sanjay Gupta like phase.
Okay.
Where I was like, this
Sanjay Gupta phase.
I was really into him as like a medical advice or whatever. And then you hear these minutes and he's like a whole other person. Like, he's really cool and funny and normal and stuff, I think, in real life. And then he puts on his best face for these medical minutes. I'm like, why are you doing that? Because you're making everyone feel like shit. It made me feel like shit about myself every morning.
And I don't think
like, don't have a soda, don't eat sugar, don't obviously it's like blah 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 blah. At the end of every one, it's like, make sure you try to consume a very little amount of alcohol. And I'd be like, F off, Sanjay. Like, I'm trying.
And I don't think he's trying to make us all feel like shit. I think this is his job, right? Is to provide sound medical expertise, whatever.
Right.
And probably what's happening is I just don't want to hear the shit that he's saying, because I realize that we got some work to do over here with the parenting and the diet, well, whatever. And so I don't know. I feel like it's that way with social media. It's, you know what I mean? Things cause you to question yourself. And so instead of questioning yourself, you just lash out at the person that's telling you to do shit differently. Right. So that's why I just don't. And, and I think there's probably a certain, do we all do that? Can you make me feel better and tell me you do that too? Like that you, when you're just like, la, 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 I'd just rather not hear it. Like, ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm that way on so many things.
Yeah. So I should probably now, talking out loud and having some self-reflection, be a little more open-minded. not to all the crazy shit Sanjay Gupta has to say, but, maybe he's right about sugar and
here's the thing.
Whatever.
Here's the thing. Don't we know? We all know what we should be doing. We all know what we should be doing.
So
we should be eating like grilled chicken and vegetables and exercising and not drinking. We all know that. That's like, but these doctors make millions and millions of dollars by telling you over and over and over and over and over the same shit. It's like, we know, but we don't want to do that.
No.
But then we seek these medical opinions for like every ailment, and they're like, eat better. Exercise, stop drinking. And it's like, nope, I'm going to choose which one of those I'm going to continue to do. And then when something else comes up that's bugging me, or I gain weight, or I have diabetes, or whatever, I'm going to go to the doctor and be like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's a cycle. Like, we know what we're doing.
Right.
But that's no fun. Who wants to live their life that way? I don't know.
How many people out
I'm
there
trying to more.
are doing things like all right? Like, not all right, but like
professional athletes.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, like triathletes, anybody you see in the Olympics, like they can follow these rules because they have to, because that's how they make bajillions of dollars.
Right. Are they having fun?
Well, they have bajillions of dollars. I don't know what you do with it if you can't fucking drink. Like, what do you do with all your money?
Well,
you don't have a party?
I'm not even talking like just about, I mean, I think I'm not just talking about drinking. Like,
no, me either, but.
Right. But I guess I've realized too that I have friends that don't partake, and they're just not into that. And I respect the hell out of that. Like, I'm like, good for you. Yeah. But I also too, like, know how much I treasure that glass of wine after my kids have gone to bed.
Yeah. And I think the thing
and
is,
it's not because I'm like jonesing for alcohol. It's like,
no pun intended.
Yes. But it's like, to me, that's like, we've talked about this before. That means I've survived another day. I'm still married. I still have 2 kids that are breathing. It's like, woo, made it.
And a badass job and a bunch of side gigs too. All of that.
Which, sometimes you celebrate, sometimes you don't. But sometimes I mean, I don't know. And I guess too, when I'm kind of workshopping my way through here as we do this together.
We can do this.
Is that like, and this has kind of been my motto for a really long time, like, to each his own. Mm-hmm. Like, if that's your thing, if that makes you happy, like I have friends on, like, you see, everybody talks about social media so much, but it is so much a part of our lives, to where, they're like posting their workouts at 5:30 a.m. and they're like taking a selfie of them in the mirror. Look fucking smoking. Yeah. Amazing. But I'm like, God, she's working so hard to do that. And I'm so proud of her. She looks amazing. Yeah. Not willing to do all those things.
No, but you get up every morning and run.
I do, but I'm not.
You could be posting every morning.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if that, and two, I used to like, I don't know. And I some people get annoyed by I get annoyed by certain people on social media. And then I'm certain I annoy people on social media, but then it's like, just don't follow them or mute them or whatever. But everyone has that platform to do whatever they want with it. Yeah. So if some girl wants to post her workouts every morning so you can show, she can show she's rising and grinding and all that, and use the hashtags, and fine. That's it.
Fit mom.
It's a hashtag. Yes. Yeah. But it's like, so if that floats your boat, if that gets you going, if that's your side hustle, maybe you're doing a fitness work thing, like, you're a trainer or you're whatever, and you want to show everyone like that, like, kick ass. Like, just like when people are like, why are you posting about wine or whatever? I'm like, because I like wine and I'm also marketing wine. And so it's kind of,
Do people say that?
People say all kinds of shit.
Who cares?
Or they, whatever.
Yes.
And so it's just like, you know what? This is this little Instagram feed, your Twitter feed, it's your thing. Yeah. And so do whatever the hell you want with it.
And I think that, we even talked about this with Babe a little bit. I think that people post things, it helps them with whatever it is. Like, it's therapeutic. Yeah. And if they're trying really hard to exercise and they're proud, then it probably helps them in their diet and their journey or whatever. Like, I've done it a few times lately. I'll post like my tennis calories because it's like amazing. Yeah. And every time I'm like, I'm being a douchebag right now.
So braggy.
Yeah. Like, I don't like that I'm doing that, but I keep doing it because I don't know why. It's like something inside of me. I'm proud. I'm like, this is cool. I was just having fun playing tennis and look at this calorie burn, I don't know. And then some people will say, wow, I didn't realize you could do that in tennis. I want to try playing tennis. And then I've also found myself, like, I will go seek out crazy workout people if I'm in a mood where I need motivation.
Right.
And it motivates me because we're on our damn phone all the time.
Yeah.
And like, I'm cruising around and I'm like, oh, so-and-so worked out. Oh, so-and-so did this and that worked for them. So-and-so is having like a whole plate of vegetables, you know, and it's stupid that's what motivates me sometimes, but it does.
Well, and I think whatever you get your motivation from, wherever you get it from, as long as it's motivating you, who the hell cares?
Yeah. Even if it's Sanjay Gupta.
Even if it's Sanjay Gupta.
Yes. Okay, so we wrapped that up. So we're sorry, Sanjay. What I was saying is I think he's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at Sanjay.
I know.
But what Sanjay's doing is How
do we get him on the Mom Game, by the way? We need to show him this. Like, dude, we just spent 15 minutes on our podcast called The Mom Game talking about you.
So Sanjay, I'm not mad at you, but Sanjay is causing me to question things, which, you know what?
That's the whole point of that little minute.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, he has a job.
I don't believe for 1 second
he has a job.
He's doing all those things. He can't be eating so good.
No.
All the time.
He can't be eating so good. No, he's not.
He can't be joyously watching his daughters interact all the time.
No. I mean, they're just not going to tell you about all the bad stuff.
Right.
But that's how he has a job. He's a medical advisor. And so if everybody listened to exactly what Sanjay Gupta said, I don't know if he'd even have a job, because that's what he's needed for, is helping people that don't listen. Same with doctors. It's all a weird thing.
Yeah. But I had something really important to say. Now I totally forgot.
About Sanjay?
No, it was along these lines, but it's social media, something, whatever.
Yeah, well, social media is a vicious thing. It's a love-hate relationship for me. But,
yeah, for sure.
But I've found with my new schedule, I'm on it even more. Yeah. So that's kind of frustrating, but something we're working through. So one thing I wanted to do on the show.
Here we go. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
So before we get to the video, I'm always trying to think of like new fun segments, whatever. Producing TV for a long time. And I think we need to have a segment when it's just us, and it's OMG TMG moments.
Okay.
You probably hate it.
No, I think it's great.
OMG TMG moments. So anything in like the past week that's made you be like, oh my God, whatever it is. It could be a dumbass video. It could be something your kids said. Okay. It could be something one of your girlfriends said, something you've been watching that made you say that. And then I think if people have an OMG TMG moment, they should tell us on social media.
Yeah, alert us. We need to know about the OMG TMG moments.
Yeah, because we could read them all out on the show. So one of my OMG TMG moments, and I have a couple, is this cat video. So this is, it's a little bit old by now. It's been a couple of weeks, but I immediately emailed you and Ted, who helps us here on the show with our production, that I needed to have this cat video to talk about on the Mom Game, because this is like the moment. I had this epiphany when I saw this video, Emily. I was like, this is amazing. And this is why I have my own show. If I want to talk about this damn cat video for 5 minutes, then I will. And I can. And I'm going to. Cat videos are just so much better than all other videos. But this one was the best. Okay, so I got to put my glasses on so I can see here. So this was at a college football game. And there's been like a epidemic lately of cats running into sporting events.
Really? An epidemic?
Yes.
I did not know it had reached that status.
It's the next COVID.
Is it? Okay.
But I don't know what the deal is. And I was going to ask you, because when I used to cover Ranger games a long time ago, there were a lot of cats down by the TV trucks.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
I don't go down by the TV trucks anime.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't. It's totally
right.
Off
but
the
like
beaten path. In the old ballpark, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know about those cats?
I know they were there.
Okay.
It's not like I didn't ask them their story or anything.
Why not, you bitch?
Your affinity for cats is.
I'm just kidding.
It's kind of it's there.
It's there.
You really love cats.
I really love cats, but I think they're really funny. Like when they do things like this.
Or creepy.
Well, so I just thought that was weird because I remembered that. I'm like, oh yeah, there were a lot of cats at the ballpark in Arlington.
Yeah. Obviously it's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic. So I feel like this is at a lot of different sporting events. So we saw one at Yankee Stadium. Did you see that one that was like running around the outfield forever? They stopped down the game for what felt like 5 minutes. Like none of the athletes knew what to do. And then finally it got over like somehow jumped up onto like the warning track or whatever in the back in the outfield and ran away. And then there was the one at the Cowboys-Giants game at MetLife a couple of seasons ago, the black cat, and it was like around Halloween, I think, and they had to stop down the game for that black cat. And then after the black cat, I think the Cowboys, I don't remember, it really turned the tide of the game. I think they started to suck after that cat ran across the field. But anyway, those were the last two that had stuck out in my memory. And then we had a brand new one a couple of weeks ago at a college football game. I think it was at Hard Rock Stadium. And if we can play the cat video.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see if Emily can press the button.
Here it comes.
Okay, so here it comes. All right, so watch this cat. Let's see.
So you have to look at the top
there
of
it
your
is. It's hanging. It's hanging from the top. Like if you were at a football game and you saw that.
So it's probably
what?
So it's coming from the for those who are not watching this video, we need to describe it for them. So it's the upper deck, and then it's probably a 30-foot drop. And it just drops
into the crowd. So I bet it was a claw. Okay, and then this couple, they caught the cat.
Your play-by-play skills are just not quite there.
You're being mean.
But yes.
They caught the cat, okay?
They caught it with a flag. You forgot the whole part.
I know.
They caught it with the flag.
They caught it with the American flag, and then they raised the cat up like it was Lion King, like it was Simba.
Yes.
And I was just reading this article about it, and turns out when they were doing that, the cat peed all over everybody. That cat was probably freaking out.
Sure. And there's nothing worse than the smell of cat piss.
I know.
But they saved the cat.
They saved the cat.
And then they held it up.
I think they got like terribly scratched up by the cat, but I guess they saved it. But I'm like, that just to have that many people in that moment, like all staring at this cat hanging, it's like the game stopped down and everybody's just like, what do we do about this hanging cat from the upper deck? It was bizarre.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I definitely wasn't watching it live. I was not. I think it was like Miami, Appalachian State or something, which, by the way, more people are talking about Appalachian State because of that cat, I think, than have ever talked about them before. Anyways, so I just kind of freaked out about that cat video. It made me really happy, and I feel like it's my top 3 cat videos ever.
Okay. I'm so glad you shared it with us.
Yes.
The cat video.
So if anybody has a video that they find that is amazing or awesome or can even somehow rival that cat video, let us know.
Yeah, the cat video.
You hate that I like cats.
I don't hate that you like cats. I'm just cracking up at how obsessed you are with this video and breaking it down and presenting it to our audience.
Yes. Well, if they haven't seen it, now they have.
Or if you're just listening, go Google it or try to find it.
Yes.
Right.
You can say like cat hanging at football stadium. It'll pop up.
I'm sure cat hanging will that might bring up some
bad things. Might bring up some bad things.
But yeah, for those of you who are just listening to us and you aren't able to watch, you should definitely go Google it so you can see why Julie is so happy to put this cat video in her top 3.
Yeah, it's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
I could bring some more cat videos to the table.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a break.
Down the road.
Sprinkle them in along the way.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So OMG, TMG moment, another one that I had. This is something, and it also relates to cats.
Shocking.
But it's like, okay, so a parenting thing that's new and hard and like keeps popping up. We talked about my cats, Cranberry and Blueberry, and how Blueberry passed away a while ago. I don't know. Geez, maybe 6 months ago or so. And we told my kids about it, the next morning, and they cried and had like their reactions. And then we kind of all moved on. But lately they keep bringing it up, and like, they'll be like, we'll be in the middle of the day, and like Anna, my 3-year-old, will be like, I miss Blueberry, and just start crying. And then Ryder will be like, I miss Blueberry too. And then they have this little conversation. They're like, she's never coming back, is she? She's never going to come back. She's never going to be in our house again. She was so nice. And it's like, they'll just start crying in the middle of the day, no matter what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's grief, I guess, in children, but like popping up at these random times where they just start crying about Blueberry. And I'm like, I'm at a loss here. Like, I just keep saying, like, it's okay. She's playing with her friends. We have all of these great memories. We can look at pictures of Blueberry, and Ryder will be like, that was the saddest thing that's ever happened in my whole life. Like, it's just over dramatic lately talking about it. And I'm like, it's kind of funny, but it's also really sad. And I think now more than ever, like I told you, our hearts in our home are ready for a pet. Like, don't you think we need a pet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe this is Blueberry's way of telling you.
I think it is. Like,
it's
that
time.
we're ready.
But we're going to go dog, right?
I think we might.
I think you need to go dog.
We're actually going today
to
look at puppies. Not to get, but I have a friend who's fostering some. She has 3 and they're precious. And I was like, you know what? I can't take one of these puppies right now, but I want to go see how my kids do with the puppies.
Yeah.
And like how that works.
Well, and what about the reaction with the cat?
That's the other thing. It has to be, I guess, a dog that is okay with cats. And then I think Cranberry will just like get used to it.
Right.
She'll keep to herself. She's pretty grumpy. She doesn't really, I don't know. She's like, I love her because she's mine, but like she's kind of lame.
She's got a lame cat on my hands.
Got a lame cat. And the poor kids like just love her so much and want to play with her and like throw things. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, they need a dog because this cat is giving them nothing, like nothing. So they'll scratch or she'll even scratch them.
I got a couple hamsters if you want some.
Oh my gosh. How are they doing?
They're fine. I mean, the one Spike is just loud as hell, and that I did not know hamsters were nocturnal.
Yeah, is that still going on?
I don't know. Well, so we've now Henry will turn on his like little Alexa or whatever and play music and shut the bathroom door because it's in his bathroom. The hamster is, and so it hasn't been an issue of late.
Okay. Are you regretting the hamsters fully?
Not really. It's because they figured it out. Like, they don't smell great, but my kids are super OCD like me, so they like clean the cage once a week.
Oh, I didn't know this was passed down genetically.
The OCD?
Yeah.
So Henry's got it more than Hattie, but like Hattie this morning, it was funny. We were getting ready for school and she was putting her shoes on, and like the shoes weren't like lined up. She had 2 other pair of shoes in her locker, and I saw her like.
Oh no!
Oh, and I was like, and it made
Do you
me
feel
so
guilty?
Proud. No, I feel so proud. Are you kidding? Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, yeah, if I can teach them my ways, and then they can like do the shit I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this reminds me. Should we tell everybody what we're planning?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, so we're planning. We decided we're gonna call it the TMG Home Invasion, and it took me a while to figure out what you were.
Julie thought we were going to do a wife swap, and I'm like, you're not spending the night. I'm like, you're not spending the night at my house without me.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, weird.
I'd go to a different room.
Well, of course, but I'm just saying still so weird. So not wife swap, home invasion. So yes. I am going to spend the night. We're going to start at like lunchtime. Mm-hmm. And Julie and I will go to lunch, and then we will go to her house, and I will just be along for the ride.
You are not going to be able to just sit there at my house. I'm going to give you a lot of wine at that lunch.
I'm just going to be along for the ride for like after school pickup and for dinner time, getting ready for bed. And then we will shoot a mom game or an Instagram live or something documenting our day together that night. And then we'll go to bed, and then I'll get up with you and we'll do the morning drop off and all that kind of stuff. So basically we're spending 24 hours in each other's homes. And so I'm going to be there to like document, because we've done a day in the life before, but we shot it ourselves. And that's overwhelming. It's a lot to do. And you're doing stuff and then you're trying to take videos and whatever. So we're basically going to do a day in the life of each other and I will be the lens at Julie's house and she will be the lens at my house.
So will you be like commenting on like, will you be critiquing my day?
I'm not going to be critiquing. I'm just going to be... No, I don't want to critique. Dude, whatever you want to do is fine.
Give me a grade at the end of the day?
Are you kidding? Last thing I'm going to do... Listen, I'm looking for a judgment-free zone in my world, and the last thing I'm going to do is give you a grade.
No, but I really love this. I love this idea.
So fun. It's going to be so fun.
There's we're all trying our best, and we're all so different. All moms do things completely different from one another. And that's kind of what this show is all about. And we are. And I've talked to some people that are like, I love y'all's show because you're opposite. Like we are kind of opposite, especially when it comes to the way I think that we run our home.
We loaded some, like, pull back the curtain a little bit. We're getting ready for the big mom game party on October 6th. Still tickets available if you want to get them. Go to themomgamepod.com, 5 to 7, Four Corners Brewing. It's going to be amazing. So I was loading some tables into Julie's car today. And it was like
she's about to have a panic attack. Like,
wow. There's some hockey sticks and there's some golf clubs and there's a backpack and some paper towels. There's goldfish. There's so many things
and that was like pretty good.
Woo. I mean, if you guys got stranded somewhere, there would be entertainment.
We could play sports.
Days. Yeah, entertainment for days. I mean, there's bound to be at least a couple of meals in there. It's just different. That's just different personalities. Like, you know.
Okay, so tell me how you run your car. Like, I know, but like, so this, when do you clean it? Every day?
There's nothing to clean. There's no, I mean, it's empty. There's stuff doesn't belong in the car. So when you get out of the car, you take your shit with you. Like, it's very simple. There's no process. There's no.
Okay. In my defense though, like I still have kids. I've got to carry out of car seats and shit. So my main deal when I pull in is getting my kids out of the car and then getting them inside. And then I guess that's it. That's the moment where I need to go back to the car and start cleaning it. But like, then I have two little kids running amok inside my house.
Right. But see, once you clean it once, you just keep it clean.
Yeah. How the hell am I supposed to do that? I have cleaned it. Like I've gotten it detailed.
When was that?
Not recently. No, this actually is pretty good how it is right now.
You should just at some point when you have like that would only take like 30 minutes. Like I could help you so much.
So I feel like
we could you just take everything out. Like you take everything out of the car, take everything out, and half of that shit you're going to throw away.
I'm not throwing away the golf clubs.
Well, of course not.
And
but I'm
hockey
saying
sticks.
The paper towels and the goldfish and stuff. Like you.
But sometimes, Emily, it's really great when there's stuff in your car and you need it and you're like, oh my God, I've got this towel or I've got this trash bag.
Right. And then we have these cute little baskets we can put in the back of your car to keep everything organized. You can have all those things just to where shit's not scattered all over your car. But if you like shit scattered all over your car, right. But if that's, some people are like, leave me the fuck alone with your OCD.
And this is how it is with my house too. No, I'm asking you. I'm inviting your OCD into the picture. You don't have to push it back. Just keep it coming.
All right. Okay.
But that's like the same deal with my house. It's like I could sit here and like organize toy cars, or I could go on a walk, or I could do mom game stuff, or I could make sure that I've got blah, 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 blah. You know, granted, there's always time. You can make time. I just choose to use my time doing other things and like maintain it at a level that I think is good for us.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But for me, I literally can't function in a mess. I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm not capable of it.
I know. And it sounds like you run your car like you run the inboxes for your email too.
Yeah. You can go ahead and tell everyone about that.
Well, we have our lovely new website. And so we have new email addresses, the moms at themomgamepod.com. If you want to email us.
Yeah, email us.
Send us an email.
So I can delete it.
So we're sharing an inbox.
We are sharing an inbox.
I don't know if this is going to
I know. And I think maybe you need
Well, we had a whole thing about our inboxes. Remember?
Here's the deal. I can only function. I'm trying to pare things down. There was a time when I had 7 emails on my phone checking, and it was making me crazy.
7?
7. Yes, when I had Posh Play and iSantaCam.
Oh, 7 accounts.
7 accounts.
Okay.
Yes.
So I had like Google, 7 emails. I was like,
no,
7 emails.
7 accounts. So I just don't want a Emily at themomgamepod.com. You can have a Julie if you want. And what I can do is I can forward you all the emails that I think are totally irrelevant. I can forward you those to your Julie at themomgamepod.com.
You're still controlling it.
But it's not even about control. It's about the fact that I need to get rid of that. So I have a clear plan in front of me what needs to be dealt with. It's not because, I mean, I'm certain there is some underlying control issues, don't get me wrong, but it's not because I'm trying to control it. It's because, okay, this email is not important. It's irrelevant. It does not need to be addressed. There is no reason for it to sit in this inbox for me to look at it and put time into thinking of whether or not something has to be done with it.
Okay.
That's why I do it.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy.
It's fine.
So
it's just going to be another one of our adventures.
It will be an adventure. But back to this, it has affected my work relationships before. And I'm if Dave Raymond is listening, story to tell. So like I told you, I can't I can't operate in a mess, clutter.
Yeah.
So we've been doing the road games, the Rangers road games from the ballpark.
Yeah.
And about probably a month ago, I started going, instead of being in my own booth, I went and sat in between Dave and CJ because I felt like it was better. I was like, we can like look at each other. The interaction was better.
It'd be lonely in your own booth for the whole game.
And so I was like, why didn't we do this before? I thought it was so great. And so
you had too much crap on the table.
So I start looking around, and one day it's like a West Coast game or something, and I'm like looking around, and I just start organizing stuff.
Oh no!
Moving boxes to the point where CJ's like, I mean, what the fuck? We're doing a broadcast, like, and I'm like moving stuff around, like. Whatever. So we get all the way through. Poor Jen Donaldson, who's our like production assistant, she feels bad. So she starts like getting up and
she's like, I can feel like I need to help.
She's helping me, you know.
She feels bad.
And so I get done and I like feel so good. And it's not like it's a huge mess. It was just like, there was just a few things that needed to be tidied up. And so then I'm like, okay, all I got left to do is these media guides up here tomorrow. So I walk in. So I walk in the next day and I immediately, so I'm like, this is on my list. I got to check it off. I start reorganizing those and we start going through it. I'm like, who have we played? Who have we not? We can chunk the ones. So Davis had this thing all year about media guides because some teams have...
You threw them out.
Listen, hold on. So some teams have chosen not to print media guides. Instead, you have to print out the PDF. And it has just rubbed Dave Raymond so raw. He gets so pissed off about it.
Sounds like a norm thing.
The media, yeah.
So it's like you have your ways.
He was like... all you got to do is print a media guide. They're, whatever. Anyway, he was on that tear about media guides. So I start pulling them all down and we're starting piling them. And Dave lost it on me. I was like, which one? He was like, how about you just leave the one thing I have control over in this whole operation? Just leave it alone. Is that too hard? And then I was like, I thought he was like kidding. And
no.
And then he was like, not. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
alrighty. Overstepped my bounds. So
that's amazing.
It was anyway. We
it's like it had been bottling up. Like he was just holding it, holding it, holding it.
His son had just gone to college. Like there was a lot of things.
Of course.
It wasn't just like, but I was like, so immediately, and I don't know if this is totally a chick thing or whatever, but I'm questioning like he doesn't want me in the booth. Like he doesn't want me. He doesn't want to be friends with me. Like, you know what I mean? So we talked about it. We talked about it that night, actually. And it was, now we laugh about it. And so the next day, Hattie went with me to work. And so I told Hattie, I said, hey, you want to make everyone laugh? And she's like, sure. And so I said, go next door. Because when Hattie comes with me to work, I do go in the separate booth because I don't want her to be a distraction. So I said, walk in the booth and go up to Dave and ask him why he yelled at your mommy yesterday.
Oh God.
And he did. She did. So she goes in there and she's like, Mr. Dave, why did you yell at my mommy yesterday?
Oh
and
my
everybody
gosh.
just died laughing.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so funny. But anyway, yeah. So
that's amazing.
Let me tell you, like it's a very, I know people think that it's fun, like, and it is funny. And I know now how to make light of it, but it is absolutely, I can't even tell you, like people just think I'm, weird or organized but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
That I like the way my mind works.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
So it is
I mean, I haven't been diagnosed with it.
Yeah.
I can only assume. Like,
I mean, I can present a pretty good case for whoever's doing the diagnosing.
I feel like it's kind of a given.
Yes, it is.
So,
and that's okay,
right? But you do have to learn to manage it. You know what I mean? Because I will literally be on vacation, and sometimes I will try to not plan trips, but like. I will try to plan a trip around when Miss Vicky, so we have Miss Vicky, we've talked about her before, we have her Tuesdays and Thursdays, that if I can make it to where I come home on a Miss Vicky day, knowing that shit's going to be so in order, it's going to be so amazing. But like even when I went on this last trip, I was coming home on a Monday and I was like, so do you want to work on Monday? Okay, you looking for, a little extra, some extra hours? She couldn't, but I was like, damn it.
So you had to
So
home into.
I came, but it was okay. And you have to learn to deal with that too. And also too, like little things like when Mike came home from a fishing trip and Hattie and I were at work. So he came home and I was really happy. He says I did the laundry, which means he started it and then he moved it to the dryer.
Right. And then leaves it there.
And it's like, I did the laundry. And I'm like, but you know what? I was actually appreciative because then as soon as I got home, I could fold the laundry. I could be done with that. And then I could, put the kids to bed, have my glass of wine and be happy.
Yes.
So I'm learning to try for it to be such a burden on my family.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it can be. Just like if you were a giant slob, that would be a burden on your family.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel like Kelly and I our problem is that we're not slobs, but neither of us care that much.
Right. And if you don't care,
but I do because I want it to be a certain way. I just don't care enough to necessarily make it like a part of my day every day.
It's just like we talked about before. Do I want to look like a ripped, chiseled supermodel? Yeah. But am I willing to do all the things that it takes to achieve that? Fuck no.
No.
And so
it's just about finding
so it is
your
what it
spot
is.
in the spectrum.
It all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle. It does. Okay, so the TMG home invasion.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We've got your
fun.
date set where I'm coming to your house. We don't have you coming to my house yet.
I know. I need to figure out
that. But it's coming in October.
Yeah, it's coming in October.
Lots of stuff. We've got a fun mom game after dark coming in October.
Yes.
We've got some fun guests coming in October. Josh Bogorod is coming to get us ready for the Stars season. Our friends Ben and Skin from the Eagle are going to be here. It's going to be a ton of fun. October is going to be great. First TMG kickoff party on October 6th. We hope to see you there.
Yes, it's going to be fun.
Send us your TMG or OMG TMG.
Let's decide. OMG TMG or TMG OMG?
Well, I think it's like saying, oh my gosh, the mom game. This is what I saw.
Okay.
Or
TMG is like the title of it. And then it's the TMG OMG moment.
All right, let's do TMG OMG.
Okay, TMG OMG moment.
If you've got TMG OMG moments, send them our way. You can email us anytime. I promise to read it and then delete it.
But will I get to read it though? This is where it gets tricky.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to talk about that. And that's if I think you need to read it.
Right.
Just kidding.
Right.
But it's like that way on our social media too.
I know.
The DMs. I can't handle. I mean, I love the DMs, but like once I've responded or we've hearted it or whatever, it's time to go.
Hearted it.
Because we want to acknowledge that we've seen it. But they don't need to be hanging out in the DMs.
Unless you're like, who's that person that said that nice thing? I want to bring that person back into this conversation because blah, 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 blah. Then they're gone.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No, that's just an example.
Oh, if it's something really meaningful, I will screenshot it. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. I know.
It's interesting.
Bless my heart.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Okay. This is it. We survived a show.
And we worked. We sort of worked through some things.
I'm not mad at Sanjay Gupta anymore.
We worked through that. And Emily's. I can't wait for you to come see my life. I just can't wait.
It's going to be so. Oh, I can't wait for you to come see mine.
I know.
Like I can't.
Well, you got to meet Anna yesterday.
I did.
That was so fun.
She's the cutest.
Yeah. They're fun. I think you'll like.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a blast.
Yeah, we'll have a blast.
TMG Home Invasion coming soon.
And your baseball season's almost
over.
Feeling good? Feeling ready?
Feeling good. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time for everyone.
It's time.
It is time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it next week with Josh Bogorod.
Yeah. Sounds good. Dallas Stars hockey is starting soon, so
it's coming.
I'm a little bit crazier of a mom these days as well.
I know,
but
it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to talk to Josh all about it, and he's a dad of 2, so he's got lots of good stories.
I'm anxious to meet him. I've never met him before.
I know, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So much good stuff on the way. Hope everybody's having a wonderful start to the fall. Weather changing a little bit. It's kind of nice.
It is.
And we will see you all next week.
Yeah. Mom game out.
Mom game out.